I'm back. I know you don't like me too good, but I'm still appreciate you. See if anyone gets on here. I want to see how everybody's doing. Give you guys all some updates. Let you know what's been going on. More stuff, more stuff. Tomorrow I have an inspection on my apartment building. I haven't been able really to move myself for the past, well, I don't know if it's collective energy. If it is, if you guys are feeling the same thing, please put it down in the comment section. The collective energy that I have been feeling, at least for yours truly here, for myself, is it started out, well, about a week ago, and I had I don't know if some of you are dealing with a lot of ascension symptoms or problems as you're um, working through all of this crazy retrograde energy. I know I am. A lot of health things are coming back around. Maybe some of you are also dealing with this stuff. Stuff that like might need tweaked, trying to get my health back in really good shape. Not that I haven't been working on that, y'all know this, but it's more or less I've been having some hormonal stuff happening again. So that has been a problem in the past for me. I had to go get blood work the other week. I'm pretty sure just certain things need tweaked, probably in my diet. I probably do need to do some detoxing, and I have to make sure that I have to make sure that my thyroid is back to working properly. My doctor's office. I had a doctor appointment like 2.5 weeks ago before all of this happened with Olivia again, and she's back to normal again. But then I started. It's like your your whole system is, when you have hormonal stuff, is a lot of it is, you know, endocrinology, and it's all attached to your reproductive system for a female. And I've dealt with this like 7 years ago. And that hormonal imbalances have ran in my family for a very long time. Um, that's why I get testy sometimes and like agitated. And some of it honestly could be the collective energy, but I know a lot of it is me. When I'm going through these energies and I'm just feeling cranky and yeah, I'm kind of all kind of crazy stuff going on outside too. I don't know if you guys are having thunderstorms where you are, but we've been having thunderstorms here for the past, say, 2.5, 3 hours. Really started to crack and boom around here. But yeah, you know me in central Pennsylvania here. Pretty much in the middle of everything, and pretty much know where a lot of cool sites are around here. I haven't really been able to get out in nature. Today it was 98 degrees, and with the stuff going on with my hormones again, I really got to get to the doctor about that. So I don't like doctors, guys. I don't like going to the doctor. But like I got to take care of that situation too. I just have to make sure that everything's leveled and good. Like I said, I had a doctor appointment the other week. They took blood and they tried to call me back on Monday and I didn't get the call. Like I missed a phone call. I was in the shower and stuff. Came back, and when I called them the other day, they didn't say anything as to why they called, and I forgot to ask. That's another thing, like when it comes to um, thyroid conditions, stuff like that. A lot of times your memory isn't as on point either. Um, you forget things. That's just, it comes a part of, it's a whole part of all of this stuff that I've been dealing with. So, not to mention there's other things that are going on that are attached to the that system, and uh not to mention, y'all know I have a pituitary tumor as well as a result of my hormones from I didn't know what was wrong with me. This is 7 years ago, and all of this is coming back around, and it just so happens with the sun moving through Cancer. I'm going to get in the astrology part of this. It's everything's square in my chart, and I'd said something to Peace Dealer about it tonight, and I'm like, look, dude, this is the update. This is what's been going on, man. Like, Cancer is my midheaven ninth, 10th house, and I have Saturn there. So working through those mother issues, working through the oppositions and the squares that I've been dealing with my whole entire life, and then having Chiron in Aries as well, squaring the sun going through Cancer. There's a lot of squares going on, plus Pluto's squaring my stuff. So, when the moon ends up moving in through to Libra, I'll have another Grand Cardinal Cross happening. So please, guys, just bear with me. Right now, I also have Lilith squaring my South Node, so this is definitely something from, ancestral karmic stuff. One of the things that would always upset me, as growing up, I would always hear, and people don't understand, like when they say things, words mean power. This is something I've been teaching everybody. Your thoughts, your words. That's why we're so heavily attacked when you have psychic abilities or supernatural abilities, highly intuitive abilities. The spiritual realm will attack your mind. It'll attack your body. If it can't get to you, it'll get to your kids. That's how it works to get you off of track. And you just have to make sure that your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed at this point. And I'm getting my health in order so that I can be, like I said, I have to make sure my stuff is in order. And I'm so freaking close, guys. I'm not giving up. I just needed to update you guys on, because the last week it's been rough. My female, I'm 46, guys, gonna be 47. My female parts are like, like everything's attached and it's all hormonal. I mean, y'all saw me snapping on here a few times, more than a few times. Y'all know I'm not afraid to say what I think. It's just a part of blue, it's part of the blue crew. I tell you guys what's up. And a lot of times it does, register with many who actually aren't so far down in the algorithms, and you guys get my stuff. A lot of people don't. That's why I usually only have 1, 2, 3 people who pop on here. Either they pop on here because they're nosy, or they pop on here to steal my shit. It's one of the two, but either way, collectively, this very well could be happening with the feminines too. That feminine energy, clearing that out, making sure that your health is in line and in check. Uranus is in Taurus. That is, of course, your stability coming out of the spark. You actually put material to the action and of the work and your material possessions. Okay? Then you go into Gemini season, or you move into Gemini 3rd house, and it's intellectual. It's Mercury. It's speaking it out, co-creating through thought and word. You go into Cancer season and it's working out emotions and not just emotions, but working out. For me, it would be one of the things I figured out about myself or about my chart is working out that Chiron wound, which was a mother and father wound, unintentionally, unconscious, that I had been carrying, and understanding that people do the best they can. I do the best I can as a parent. My parents did what they knew. However, sometimes it's just there's things that will still trigger it. And lashing out for me, when I warn people, man, once I flip a lid, I warned people it was coming. I kept on saying, Liv, my daughter, I'm like, I have a feeling I'm just going to freak out. Like, not her fault either. It's just, you get anxious and you don't know what's going to happen from one day to the next. When your kid's sick, it's even worse than when you don't feel good. And especially when you're both not feeling good at the same time. My kid comes first before me, period. So now that she's okay, I got to get my my things done in the next few days. Got to get my act together and get my butt a doctor's appointment and go see the doctor and see if what's going on again. Um, it's been an ongoing health issue. So I was just getting, I don't know about every little thing, the energy kept building and building and building and building and building till the point where I just was like, I'm effing done with everybody and everything. you know, that's just how I felt. Like, it was like, what's the point? Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. When that's not actually true fully. I feel that way, but it doesn't mean that's the reality of it. Just because I'm feeling that way, let my emotions calm down a little bit and I'll be able to actually get into that subconscious and allow God to bring whatever's going on subconsciously to the forefront so that I can see it. And blue's not always, I mean, blue's usually right when it comes to what I'm hearing and seeing for the collective. But blue's not always right in the action she takes. I can take responsibility for what I do. I'm not always correct. When I lash out, there's no reason that I'm triggered, especially when nobody deserves it. Like, when somebody has never done it that does not deserve it, like, that's not okay. That I'm just in a bad mood. It's like, so I've been learning to, when I'm feeling like that, I just learn to pull back my energy and just distance myself and ask God to show me what is going on. And this is what I got. And everything, like, why am I feeling like this again? And guess what? I got taken back 7 years ago when I was going into my senior year of college and I had to take time off for my health for this reason, this exact same thing, because that's how I'm feeling right now. The exact same thing. So I know something with my hormone levels are fluctuating, increasing, and um, I really have to go and make some doctor's appointments. I gotta go get my lady parts checked. That's been a while. I probably should get a mammogram at one point here. I don't think it's really necessary till I'm like 50, but and then also go talk to my neurologist again about my and endocrinology, both. Just make an update with both of those departments. Let them know what's going on with my hormones and stuff. Um, just to see if I can get myself leveled out again. I know the last time that I went and I got rid of a lot of the dross out of my house. One certain person. I really started feeling a lot better after I got the rest and I was able to get my hormones back in check. Some of you might be feeling the hormonal imbalances. I don't know. I do know, like I said, it doesn't surprise me. With the feminine energy, the sun's in Cancer, it's there. So if any of you women, that's one of the questions I had asked a few times on other people's live streams. I'm like, is anybody else like having weird periods, irregular menstrual cycles? Sorry guys, I know that might be gross to you. Just close your ears. That was one of the things I had asked in some of the other live streams because I'm usually right on point. But wasn't sure if it was the stress, wasn't sure if it was just at that point I was hating everybody and everything. Sorry. Just truth, speaking the truth. And except for God, don't get me wrong. Like, I was just from Friday on agitated, irritated, and there was no reason for it as far as like when it came to, certain people. Certain people were nothing but nice to me, and I just wanted nothing to do. Don't talk. I wouldn't talk. And they did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing. So, getting my hormones balanced back out. Kind of the shit that's been going on. I don't know if you guys got to see the Lightworker and Starseed reading I uploaded, but it's a two-parter. I made it longer than what I normally do. Um, but I think you guys will like the new setup. The lighting looks much better. You guys can see the cards so much better. And you don't see me at all. You just see my cards in my hands, whatever. But turned out really well. I got a lot of clarity myself off of that reading. But, bear with me, guys. The storms are coming here, so thank goodness I have a decent friend who's been helping out with me with a lot of things, and more than a friend, a little bit more than a friend, but a genuinely kind person. And I'm not you, dude. Y'all know the shit and the hell I've been through. I don't come on here really and talk about my dating life anymore because what's the point? It always would end bad as soon as I'd say anything. Not okay. Before. I'm not putting that kind of curse on anything else. Because from here on out, we're getting things straightened out. I'm not going around them doggone cycles no more. And a lot of the bullshit for myself, I caused myself. I'll take that responsibility. My hormones, yep. I mean, super sensitive, super psychic. I'm good. How are you? Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know if this resonates with you. Um, I love my New Zealand people. Thank you so much for getting on. If you would like, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Um, yeah. So if you're a lady and you're dealing with, see, I wasn't sure if it was just ascension symptoms and that kind of stuff. And then I was like, I started getting downloads from the divine. I heard God say, nope, nope. And I got the flashbacks from 2015, 2016 of when I was having, and that's weird because Uranus was mid-cycle in Aries at that point. Mid close to end, like the going in the third decan of Aries. Um, no, yeah, I said Uranus. I hope Chiron's still there. Been dealing with, yeah, I know. We all. I'm sorry to hear that. That was another thing. Actually, that came out in my leg worker and starseed readings, dude. So you might want to go check those out. Stalkers, people are watching us. I know this. It is what it is. Like, yo, people got to watch the greatness come out. People who are real and people who are raw, we are the ones that get shadow banned and censored. Like, I get it. Hopefully, that won't last for a whole lot too much longer. Big tech is kind of from what I heard some things. We're not even getting into that one here. But yeah, my reading, the readings that I did over the weekend for the Cancer new moon, the stalking cards did definitely come out right on top of one another. We are being watched, our every little move. So my thing is I'm going to put my bullshit out there and my honest to goodness what's happening, in hopes that I get prayers from people first and foremost for strength and courage and, mostly strength to make it through all of this stuff. It's been a very rough summer so far. Since May, it's been rough. Not in other ways, but health ways, and trying to get my career back up and running and moving. It's just when you have all of the shit that I have going on with my family and myself now and my properties. Like, I got to go down and do some stuff down there. The last few days I've been feeling so dizzy, but yet I can't sleep. Like the insomnia is back. So I'm thinking ascension symptoms. And I was told, go get your levels checked again. Because that's how I got to go up to endocrinology. Definitely, I'm going to get my levels checked. So just to make sure that I'm going to go talk to them to see it is. And then, like I was on such a good schedule when it came to like waking up at a decent time in the morning, starting early, getting things done, and then I'm exhausted all day. And that's also part of the hypothyroidism. Like I kind of I'm tired from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. It's like I don't get proper sleep. And then I dream the whole time I sleep all the time. A lot of my creativity and downloads and healing, I know that has been happening. And stuff that needs change in myself, you know, that's all stuff I have to take responsibility for. I can't, yeah, I mean, it's okay to be snapping on people who deserve it to a degree. I have to be a little bit more stealth and tactical, surgical about that stuff. Not just go swinging a knife, you know, and just cutting people like that. Not okay, especially people who don't deserve it. You know how we all get, ladies and gentlemen. We all have good days and bad days. I've been having more bad days than good days. Like I said, I'm not used to having a really tentative, nice person in my life. This is my test all the time now. Every single person that I dated, my kids did not like, except for one. Only one out of the few that I dated over the past 4 years. They only liked one. The guy who I'm talking to, very polite, never comes down empty-handed, always helps me out, has been a blessing in a lot of different ways. First and foremost, he's a good person and he's a good friend. And I don't want to self-sabotage any good people in my life. They don't deserve that. They're trying really hard to be in my life. Now, shitty people, they all can go get bent and get 2 middle fingers in their face. I'm done with those people. Users and abusers, y'all can go get fucked. Excuse my mouth, but let's just put it that way. But good people, I found myself even being snappy because of that. Lack of sleep. Having a kid in and out of the ER and in the hospital for 8 days. Twice in 1 month. And then, my hormones not fluctuating up and down. So I don't know if any of you are dealing with this in the collective, but this is what I'm dealing with. Some deadlines I have to meet with my properties. One's tomorrow. I did get my Mazda back. I did go do that yesterday. I probably should not have drove because when I have these bouts, I get very lightheaded, I get very dizzy, and things start spinning. And then in 98-degree weather on top of it, it's like, how do you expect me to go crawl on ladders, put up lights, fix ceilings when it's 98 degrees and no air conditioning? You're out of your flipping mind's code. Like, we'll talk again in September when it cools off. I mean, I am going to go down and work on some stuff. I'm going to do it early in the morning, but I'm not staying I have a property manager. She can do it. I pay them to do it. I pay them to meet with these jackwagons from the city. I shouldn't have to. If I'm paying them, they don't do nothing else anyway. They can go down and walk through the freaking apartment building as it's getting inspected. It's all they do. It's not like she does anything. All she has to do is let me know what's up. Any of you guys seen any strange shadow figures out of the side of the corner of your eyes or anything? Or straight ahead? I know I'm going to tell you what. I've been seeing shadow figures. I've been seeing a lot of them. I'm not the only. See, that's another. Even my dude has been seeing them. He's like, "Did you just?" He said, "I swear I just saw twice now. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a shadow whip by." I'm like, "I told you, dude. Told you." Yep, I've been seeing lots of them too. And he never saw anything. Now tonight, when he went camping over the weekend, I'd and it was over the 4th of July weekend. I was just my daughter just stopped from being sick last Thursday. She felt great by Friday. Well, Friday started the Labor Day weekend, and I'm just like, I'm exhausted from being around doctors, hospitals, emergency rooms, staff, other sick people. I just wanted to curl up in a ball, and it's what I did pretty much for a whole damn week. Curl up in a ball and just chill. They could be multiple things. They can be some people may say they're dark energies, other people may say they're just spirits. Um they could be a multitude of things. If you believe in real mystical things, it could be fairies, they could be all kinds of stuff. I see orbs in my house all the time. That's nothing. I live in a haunted house. Like, this is nothing new for me. I have to clear the energy like once, which is due for one, just letting you all know. To clear the energy here like once a month. Good. I have to use sage, Palo Santo, and then I bring in the angelic and the good energy with uh, moldavite sticks as well as frankincense and myrrh. Um, that's what I do. It's a not a ritual, but it's I go through the house with prayers and I play all kinds of high vibing meditation music all throughout my house, and then the energy just calms down. Now, because I live on Native American territory and I live on one of the oldest forts ever built since the British and the English have come here, I live on the property of a fort. It's called Fort Augusta in central Pennsylvania. You can look it up. It's from Revolutionary War time. So let me things ramp up around this time of year. It's the 4th. It was over the 4th of July weekend. There was fireworks going off everywhere. And I'm talking people setting them off everywhere in my hometown, right across the street from my house. Yeah, you'll definitely have to look it up. One of these times, actually, I plan on doing, um, I plan on because I know what the significance is. I started taking pictures a few years ago. I'm going to make my own cards. They're oracle cards, and um, it's basically for my own meaning of what those cards mean to me, and it's certain sacred sites around my hometown. So, like, I grew up here, and it'll be pretty cool because everything's going to be pictures of my hometown, places, landmarks in my hometown. Um, like, one of the things, some of them could mean like water signs, fire signs. I'll probably take a picture of the old. I'll probably upload a picture of one of the oldest fire companies that we had here. That actually very strange. Probably a few different, you know, landmarks to squeeze in, that type of place. That's the squeeze in is a whole different freaking ball game. Um, that's probably I know most people don't like hot dogs and like some people find them gross, but they have the absolute best grilled hot dogs ever. Um, I haven't had one in a long time, a very long time, probably years, 2 or 3 years. Oh, they make the best chili too for the chili dogs. Yummy yum. But yeah, there's a lot of, like, I'm gonna make my own set of oracle cards. I've been wanting to do this for about 2 years. I had said about it. and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna upload all my pictures. I'm gonna make my own deck, and you know, I'll have the pictures. I'll know what the intuitive meanings of them are, and I'll actually be able to get a lot of messages just through, you know, even the picture cards. Because all they're going to be is pictures, but I know what they mean, but nobody else will know what they mean until I explain them. Probably write a booklet out on them, eventually sell them. I am going to donate my first set to the city. Thank you. Um, I'm going to donate my first deck to the city here of Sunbury. Um, See what they want to do with it. But you know, and if a lot of people, like the deck, because it's going to be beautiful scenery, beautiful landscapes, the huge river, the marina, all different kinds of cool shit. So the fiber dam, um, splash zone, um, the playground, which I'll go down. Actually, it's like a water park, little water park for kids. I'll make sure no kids are there, but I will take a picture of the water. Um, Government buildings, absolutely. The Eagles, like there's certain places here in town that I will have to take pictures of. Still, the park, the gazebo, like there's a bunch of places. Chief Shikellamy Lookout, the wall. The wall is definitely a big one that I have to take a picture of. It's going to be really, really cool. And, probably the Historical Society will be another thing that'll represent ancestral stuff. Probably the oldest cemetery, which is right down the street. There'll definitely be the picture of Fort Augusta. Um, yeah, I'll probably have a good 50 card deck by the time I'm done. 50, 52, something like that. But that's another thing, like I said, that I've been wanting to work on. I still have a lot of things going on. There's so many different types of readings and downloads I've got to do for different types of readings. Just don't know how they're going to turn out yet. And I kind of want to wait until I have a deck of cards here, and I want to start a new channel specifically for exposing stuff. But I don't want to use this channel, so I'm going to make up a whole new Google account channel, everything. Because if they wipe the account, I won't care. At least the information is going to get out there. And it's probably going to be, it'll be a little controversial maybe, but I won't be taking sides. I want to know the truth about people's childhoods and how they ended up the way they were, whether or not they were political or organizations or, just people in, different spheres of influence and how these people running this shit, I just kind of want to dig into childhood. Most of the time, I really don't like people who, and I really don't. I can't stand people who hurt other people and treat other people because they want to stay in power and treat other people like they're slaves. That's bullshit. So, time to do some exposure. So that's going to be a whole nother project because I'm going to have to start a whole new channel, whole new Google account because everything associated with my Google account, my channel has not grown since 2019. It has never got past 3,800 and like I think 92 subs was the most. Somewhere like roughly around there. They never let me get to 3,900 yet. I'm like right on that. And it's very frustrating. Even if people subscribe to my channel on here, this is more like my vlog channel at this point. I want to make up a whole nother channel specifically for basic tarot, what I do. It'll probably be close to similar to the same name, but it will have tarot, and that way I can keep this separate than my other channel. That'll be specifically for one thing. The other channel is going to be completely on a whole different Google account. Kind of telling you all my secret of what I'm going to do, but whatever. I have some really cool cards that might not, some people might not like them in this community and what I'm going to have to say, but that's why it is what it is. It's free freaking speech. Us who have been censored and shadow banned, well, hopefully that'll soon stop. We can wish. I've been heavily censored and I'm okay with it. I understand I tell it as it is. I understand some people do not, if you're real and you're authentic, not that I'm perfect at it, if you're real and authentic, people aren't used to that. People are used to fake. They want fake. They want people coming on, hey, how are you? Like, that's so fake. Not everybody has a good day every day. Like, I don't give a shit. I get it. I'm an Aries sun with a cat moon, like cynical and a bitch a lot of times. But it's trying to get trying to let the right people in my life. And it has been. I'm glad that I've stayed true to who I am and stayed true to myself. It seems to me like any time at this point where I know I say I want to do something, it's like something happens that I can't. Like my daughter gets sick, which is a freaking emergency. When she gets sick, she's throwing up 40, 50 times a day. When she gets that stuff, she gets cyclical vomiting syndrome, she's down for a week at a time. And I have no help, so there's nobody that actually goes with me. I have to run her everywhere. Emergency rooms every day. She's in the hospital, or I'm taking her to urgent care to get fluids. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes along with the care of her when she has those bouts, which usually are few and far between. This time we had 2 in 1 month. So it's been kind of crazy, guys. And like with the stress, it's not her fault. It's nobody's fault. My body is just like, it can only take so much stress. So trying to I can't control what my hormones are doing. I really can't. I didn't even think again. I'm thinking, oh boy, my hormones are out of whack again. I just want to be like, F, anybody and everything that gets ties even bother talking to me. And it's so wrong. I should not act like that. People are just trying to be kind and nice. And it's just like, I do apologize. And I'm like, don't know what's wrong with me. I kind of do. I kind of have an idea because everything's kind of like being revealed to me. It's being revealed to me of what I need to do, and it very well could involve surgery. They had said that a few years ago, and I declined it because I was only, 39, 40 at the time. I wasn't ready to get even a partial hysterectomy. At this point, I don't care. Like, I'm ready for that shit to be over. It's like I'm going to be 47, if I get thrown, whatever. It is what it is. So that's kind of where I'm at. I just wanted to come on and do a quick check-in, see how you guys all were. And for newcomers on here, welcome to my channel. There's some things where I really appreciate my whole family, my whole crew from around the globe. You guys rock. I haven't really got on. I haven't really been able to talk to you guys a lot. And, taking care of myself and my daughter and taking care of, my taxes and my car. Like, I had to get stuff done with vehicles. I had 2 inspections to get done. I have just got my other car home. I got to make a phone call to get that inspected now. Like, there's a lot. My black car is finally back. My baby's home. But there's things that I have to do to it that comes after what I have to do down there in my apartment building yet. So there's a few things I have to do down there, and then there should just be the railings on the porch that I have to get done. And after that, guys, like even in between that, after tomorrow, and I'll be working on getting doctor's appointments scheduled for this. And because I have not saw my and uh I haven't saw my neurologist or the guy who, I think, the endocrine system, and whatever it's called, um that I haven't saw him lately either. So now that all this is kind of acting up, plus my OBGYN, I haven't saw, I mean, went there 2 or 3 years ago, but like that's not something, especially when you're celibate, it's not like really something that you feel you need to do all the time when you're not really having problems. But like you don't really realize you're having any problems because everything seems normal going on down there. And then all of a sudden your hormones get out of whack, and then and for my ladies on here, what happens when your hormones get out of whack, abnormal bleeding and stuff. That has happened to me in the past when I felt like this before. Scatterbrained, can't remember nothing. I'm dizzy. I feel like crap. I'm exhausted all the time. Stressed for no reason. I mean, there's good reason, but it's working through this stuff and working through those blockages that have held me back in the past. It's almost like a test here. I get it, and I gotta pass it. So I'm gonna listen this time and go get everything, my health stuff checked. It's time again. And there's other things financially that I mean, I have funds, and going and doing it is the real issue. So, one blessing I have to tell you about my car. I just got my Mazda back. Um, my Mazda is like my favorite car. Okay, I love that car. That car ended up getting towed out of here at the end of April, and they had it ever since. I told them just to hang on to it, but I needed it out of here so I can start, mulching and cleaning up my driveway, and cleaning my other cars, making it nice out there that I can sit outside. It's just so piping hot out there right now. It's like, not to mention I didn't really have time since I set everything up because my daughter got sick quite a bit, like almost 2 weeks out of 4. And then I got sick well, not sick, but then I got really exhausted. And even during this whole time with her, I could feel it, like I wasn't right, but yet my adrenaline was kicked in because she wasn't feeling good. Does that make sense? When it's your kid, like you're on high alert, you're like constantly listening to make sure that she's okay. I mean, I get it, she's 19, but she's still my baby. And when she's like that, I feel everything with her. Like, and I knew when we came home last Thursday that was going to be it. She was going to be feeling, and she started feeling better almost immediately. And I was like, thank God. At least this ran through almost a full cycle. It wasn't just a half cycle like the last time. This was a full cycle. She gained all of her weight back in a week that she lost, thank God. And then a little more, too. She's feeling good again, and let's keep praying for her. So, now, Blue Flame just needs to get her things done, and like I said, I'm going to be making other YouTube accounts, but it's going to be different. It's not going to be like this. This is just like energy updates, vlogging, and I'm making a channel specifically for regular tarot, and then I'm making a channel for exposing Not people, not genuine, like not serfs, not us, but higher level people. They're not gonna know who it is. They're not gonna know it's me. You won't see my face. Trust that. For all they know, I'm in a freaking cave in freaking South America somewhere. I'm down in a freaking cave in Peru, Brazil. So come find me. Either way, I love you guys. And honestly, it's all for entertainment purposes only. It'll all be used as jokes and entertainment purposes only. People can take it how it resonates. People can like it or not like it. It is what it is. I guarantee there'll be a lot of people who are like, "Wow, it's going to be super cool." I'm not saying that that specific channel won't get removed because the stuff I'll be exposing is going to be quite funny. It could embarrass some people, but hey, I think God said, in the end, everything you do in the dark will be brought to light by the blue flame. I think that'll be who does it. Like I said, it's nobody personal that I know personally. Um, you know, the rhinos and that kind of stuff. More lower level stuff that I'm just curious about. So it'll be just curiosity type thing. Entertainment. It'll be so much fun. It's just I know that there's a lot of people who don't like that I do this. They don't like me messing with cards. I don't give a crap what they like. I have a support team behind me that says, "Go for it. I support you. Do what you got to do." So, as long as I have some support behind me, and I almost buffed it up and pushed somebody away that shouldn't have been pushed away. He's a very kind soul so far. Isn't I know when he likes to spend time with me, he wants to see me, and he does get a little bit disappointed when I tell him no, but he doesn't hold it against me. He doesn't ghost me. He doesn't get mad. He always picks up the phone when I call, if he has service. He's a good dude overall. And I'm pretty blessed to have a good friend. That friend companion that is willing to let me be myself and not judge me, is very much a gentleman. Like I said, never comes down here empty handed. He knows certain chocolate bar. Every time he comes down here, he's so gracious to me. He's an extremely nice guy. And I'm not used to that. I'm used to dickwads. I'm used to guys who've treated me awful for the last 12 years. I'm not used to a gentleman. I'm not used to somebody who won't refuses to let me pay. So I'm like, "Here, at least let me give you money for the tip for the driver." He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "I would have helped pay for half of the meal. I didn't mind. I would have paid for the whole thing." He always buys. He knows like I like animals. He knows I like fish. He knows I like fish in general. I have a tank downstairs and I have one in my bedroom. I didn't get fish for the one in my bedroom yet, but I'm working on that. I should have fish in there by this weekend. I've been um, running the tank for the last 2 to 3 weeks to make sure it's good and filtered. And I think I'm going to get some angelfish for that. I'm not sure yet. Maybe some angelfish and a female beta. Female betas aren't nasty like the males. And they're still pretty too. So, might get a female beta and, a couple angelfish. They're about equally as aggressive, so they should all get along. Either way, I love you guys, and I love want y'all to take care. Um, yeah, I'm looking forward very much to getting the rest of it'd be a great time to get the rest of the pictures for the Oracle deck too. Um, because I've already done some pictures I've taken, really nice pictures too. Um, like, because there's people who will put across the, if you look out at around Christmas time, you'll see a big star up on the mountain, lit up star. Thank you so very much. You take care. Um, I'll be back. Just give me a little bit of time to get everything, my health stuff going. I know I've been telling y'all, give me time, but I did upload 2 readings on this channel last weekend. They were, and I apologize for yelling, but a lot of us has been dealing with nasty, horrible, harsh relationships as you know we're working through our own baggage. This guy triggered me a lot. I'm not used to somebody who, oh, I'm dating a Saggy now, and I will be coming out and doing Saggy readings again. I will be maybe I'll do Sagittarius first since you just said that. So, looks like Sag will get the first reading. The guy I'm dating is a Sag Sun and Sag Moon. Cancer rising, go figure. Um, very excited about, yeah, and I swore off Sages for a long time. Swore them off, man. No offense, not the females, not you guys personally, but just dating Sag men. Or anybody that has a Sag rising. Like, that is a definite. You have a Sag rising, stay away from me. Like, you're a wannabe hoe. You're not a hoe at heart. I'm a Sag Moon, Sag Venus, and one more. Oh dear, you got a stellium up there. I'm a North Node in Sag, and I have Neptune there. So, yeah, it's a good time. Either way, um, Jupiter's doing some weird things right now in Pisces. He's retrograde, I think, at like 1 degree or 0 degree now. You'll be going back into Aquarius for a little bit for his retrograde time. All these planets are in retrograde. Mars is back almost opposing, right, no, squaring my natal Chiron. Um, Pluto's at like 25 degrees. I have natal Chiron at 23. So it's looking like I'm probably going to possibly have another very tight, close square here in, um, and that's one thing that Peacekeeper said. Interesting that all this is coming up during all the squares happening. I'm like, thanks a lot. I said, yeah, you know who usually squares my shit? Saturn. It's always his fault. Just kidding. They're just energies. We have to make the most of what the energies bring us and bring our way. Trying to be as positive as possible. Like I said, if I'm in a negative mood, like it was the last few days, there was a lot of worry that I had on my plate. You know, telling someone that you're just very when you have walls up, telling somebody opening up and telling them a private thing about your health issues. I'm like, dude, I understand. Like, if you want to walk, feel free. Like, I wouldn't put up with me when I'm like this. Um, he's like, but you really didn't do anything mean. I'm like, yeah, but, and we have a very weird connection. Like, he's like, I honestly thought you were going to break up with me over the weekend. I said, honestly, I was thinking. I'm glad that I didn't make haste, you know, and I've done that before. I just self sabotage. But I'm like, let's see what's going to happen here. I got to at least give people a chance. I can't just jump to conclusions, even though my intuition is usually spot on right when it comes to cards. I don't think it's what's going on with this particular dude. I think it was my past relationships that are still, I know it is, that are still triggering me. I'm not used to somebody being a gentleman buying things and just being nice and not expecting anything in return, like that doesn't make sense because it's a trigger that I have. I'm used to being independent and doing everything myself. And I like that independence when I can, but there are times I do need help. And I have to realize that, and I have to be able to accept the help gracefully. I have to accept the fact that some people, they're not going to accept it. This dude fully accepts me for who I am, bitch and all. He's like, I kind of like that sassiness. And I said, oh my God. It's awful. He's like, no, actually, it's great. He said, I know you're not going to let me slide. And he's like, I know you're going to make me into it. Like, I want to be a better person for you. I'm like, I kind of want you to be a better person for yourself. Not that you're not a great person already for me, but you being a great person in yourself, you're going to automatically be a great person to me. Just like me being a good person and taking care of myself, I can be a better person to everybody else. And I have been doing decent at that, taking care of business, taking care of myself. I've been putting a lot of energy into my home projects and just stuff that I put off for so long. That Saggy loves the sassy. He said that straight up. He's like, I can handle that. I'm good. Like, he's like, I'm in this for the long run with you. I'm like, well, just know that I'm an Aries sun with a Capricorn moon. Like, my emotions will come out very stern, and I've Saturn and Cancer opposite that. It's like, I'll check you every time, dude. You'll get checked. And he's like, I can handle it. I'm like, well, we'll see. Like, I'm not trying to make a challenge out of it or nothing. Obviously, I don't like arguing and fighting. I like ease. I get it. Any relationship, you have disagreements. It's working through that stuff. So it's weird, but I'm trying to be have been very quiet about my life. But little did all you guys know, I've been talking to this guy since January, February. We started just chatting about specific things, going on. And he asked me out. And I kept on avoiding, thank you. I kept on avoiding going out on dates because I knew that I was still triggered by certain things, and I know I'm still healing. But I've learned a lot of harsh lessons. I told him, I said, I'm a pro at breaking up with people who are douches. Like, I can not hate you. Indifference can set in real fast. And it's nothing personal. Like, I don't hate any of my exes. I think some of them are stupid because they did me dirty. And now they're going to have, because, my moon sign's in Capricorn. My natal chart's pretty much, I have Rahu in Pisces. In the Vedic, not in tropical, but because they don't talk Rahu Ketu there. But my chart ruler is usually Mars and, well, I'm an Aries sun, triple. I have Mars in Aquarius, very strong Mars placement. Love it, love that placement. It gives me a lot of higher knowledge. I have some great Pisces placements, especially when it comes to my abilities. A lot of mutable, a lot of supporting energy, and I have to really appreciate the supporting energy that I have. Of course, my whole chart is one big ass square with opposite squares everywhere. Just put a big square with a cross in it. That was my chart. A Grand Cardinal cross. And then I have Pluto in the 12th house in Libra. And I'm a Libra rising. So like I have split houses as well. I have a very bizarre, harsh chart to work through. But dealing with the Chiron, because I'm having my Chiron return right now, dealing with those core childhood wounds is what I'm working through. It's rough, guys. I don't know if you guys are feeling this. It's rough. not feeling guilt, not feeling shame anymore, but actually picking up the pieces and making something beautiful out of it is the goal. Being like, look, if I can do this, so can all of you. And I can give you tips and help the best that I know how. Like I said, I got on, talked a little bit of astrology and stuff, and wanted to explain the things that were happening with me. And some of you might actually be able to take something from this. If you're like me, you hate you don't hate the doctors personally. You just don't like going to the hospital. You don't like making a fuss over things that you just hope kind of just go away. But sometimes you really just have to get your body checked out and get it checked over. That could be a lot of what these retrogrades are about as well. I'm not sure when Uranus decides to flip retrograde again. Uranus did come out last, so it might not be to the end of the. I'm not sure, but that ought to be fun. We already have what? Pluto, Jupiter, Neptune, Saturn. I think them are the only ones. Venus isn't. We just came out of the Mercury retrograde. I'm not sure. You guys can let me know if Neptune's in retrograde. I'm not sure. I have not looked at the current chart lately, so I'm not sure if Neptune's in retrograde or not. Probably is. Story of our lives. 6 planets in retrograde every summer. Makes for a great summer donut collective. Yeah. Ever since like 2015, 2016 is when all this stuff happened with my hormones the first time, and I had to get leveled out. Like I said, I had to take time off and just get everything situated with my diet, get everything situated because I have to take a synthetic thyroid pill. Eventually I want to get off of all of that shit and go strictly natural herbs and stuff like that. I'm going to try it. The levothyroxine, because it is a life-sustaining medication, it's going to be very, very hard for me just to trust. And I could go through some harsh, where I'm just not good because I'm going to be detoxing. If anybody knows anything about detoxing, you could go through like a week of pain and shit because you're detoxing your body of all those toxins from any kind of medicines you've been taking and all that stuff. Could take a while. So please forgive me. Kind of have been behind the ball here, but once I know that I get some of the major stuff done physically, then I can really just kick back and rest and do my spiritual thing then. Either way, yeah, I gotta get off of here. I do have to get up. I gotta be up by like 7:30, so I don't want to go down there in the heat per se, the real hot time, because I gotta crawl up on ladder and I gotta put in lights and I have to fix a little piece on the one ceiling, which is I have a tongue and groove ceiling, so the one piece kind of pull it out of the tongue and groove, so I'm gonna have to put some Gorilla Glue up there and re-glue it because it's tongue and groove ceiling. No big deal. They see that that's fixed, they'll leave me alone in that. But yeah, I have a list of everything I have to do right in order. The last thing I'm gonna do is paint the back Vilco doors. I'm gonna leave a note with my tenant downstairs, let them know I fixed that, did that downstairs, but all I did. They can see the other stuff that I did, and the only thing I should have to do is that front balcony then, I think. I'm gonna have to open up the whole damn thing tomorrow before I go. But they know I've been doing okay, and I've been working at it. That's with lumber prices and lumber shortages, it's been very hard to do anything when it comes to lumber, getting supplies and stuff like that. So we'll see. If I just have to get railings for the porch upstairs, brand new railings, I won't mind that. I am. I'm gonna go to bed right now. I love you. I love you guys. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for watching. Come on, like the video. Not that it's gonna do much whether you like it or hate it. I'm so shadow banned. It is what it is. But I'm glad. I'm thankful for this for the small group of subscribers that I do have. It's probably a good thing that I do have a small channel at this point, because once I'm good to go, it's going to be like running 3-4 channels at a time, plus helping with another one. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff going on as of like September. I know they only censor the truth. That's why I'm censored, and that's why I'm pushed down the algorithms. It is what it is. I'm not gonna argue. Like, I know right now, like, our president, I still call him the president, is filing a class action lawsuit against Twitter, Facebook, and big tech. Going after all of them. I'm like, well, I hope you into YouTube, because of what happened to me. I'm sure they'll be one of them too. Some of the stuff that the people post about people, it's just see, I can't even get my words right. Utter lies. They're spewing lies that aren't even true. And it's a big media propaganda. It's kind of gross, to be honest with y'all. One of these weekends, I want to take a trip to Gettysburg. I've been saying that. It's just not when it's 98 degrees out. That's what happens here in Pennsylvania. We go from spring to where it's like, it gets down to the 40s and 50s still in May. June, it's like 95 degrees every day, nonstop, until September. It's either too cold and rainy and miserable, and then it just flips to hot. Like, fiery furnace type hot. Very strange. Because we have 2 seasons here. It's like shit winter and chilly and cold, and then it gets rainy, to summer blast of heat. Fall kind of gets kind of nice and cool around here, but last year it was awful because of the pandemic and all that stuff going on. Ooh, winter. Yuck. New Zealand is a beautiful place, though. I just know that there was some stuff. I think didn't you guys have an eruption or something over there in New Zealand? Wasn't there like a freaking volcano eruption? I know that there's been volcanoes erupting everywhere. Earthquakes have been happening everywhere. So it's been kind of nutty. Yes. I knew I saw something. I keep posted. Either way. Oh, that is very sad. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope the families have peace and all that. Either way, I love you guys. Y'all take care. If this resonates or anything, leave a comment. Let me know. If you guys are feeling this frustration, annoyance energy where you just want to snap, that's kind of like where I was at. And I very well could have broke off something that, for no reason. The guy's never been anything but completely kind and nice to me. But I'm so used to the shoe on the other foot always dropping, and that's the scary part for me. He's been very consistent. I've been seeing him on, Friends First, and then pretty consistently since, mid-April. And it's been a good time. Very good experiences. Started fishing again. Started going fishing and stuff like that. It's so much fun and very relaxing. And then I get to feed the fish and give them snacks if I catch one. We always put them back. We do not keep them. And then I give them a snack after we catch them. And then I throw, we put them back in the water. And they go swim away like the cute little trout fish they are. But it's so much fun. I'm telling you, there's like some at least 20 inch, almost 2 feet long inch trout, rainbow trout in that stream that we go to. It's so cool. And where we go, you could just see, because we're like above them. It's so cool, guys. So much fun. I'll have to take a video back there sometime. Everyone knows how much I love my fishies. My fishies are the best. I have mollies downstairs. They're so cute. Either way, guys, I am getting off here now. I love you guys. Be looking for more uploads coming up here. I very well may do a video. I don't know if probably won't be a long time until I actually put my friend on here with me. Friend. And that's where, like I said, that's where every good relationship starts, from a firm foundation of friendship first. And that's where I'm at. Listening to my intuition, listening to what God's telling me, and just being obedient is the biggest thing. I will. You all take care of yourself too, everywhere you're at. I love you guys. And we will talk very soon. I'll come on and do another live again. Hearts. Mwah. Love you, Blue Crew. Y'all take care and have a great night. Be looking for uploads. I'm going to be doing some readings soon. For this month yet, I'll be putting the tarot readings on here. And then once I get there's few things done that I have to get done in the next few days, I can really focus on readings and then getting back into my creativity again. I'm excited. Next week should be a much more calmer week for me. And get some, at least if I can rest. I'm actually calmed down. I'm telling you, for like 4 days, I went to chew everybody's head off. I'm just like, everybody stay away from me. It's not good. Not good right now. And, I've come to the realization that a lot of the triggers are me. These people are reflections of the parts of me that I don't like, or in the past. And certain people's behaviors are just, it's a reflection of who I am or who I was. And I can actually help them through that shadow too, and say, I know that energy that you're carrying right there. I know exactly what you're carrying. I said, you're lucky I'm a good girl, because if you would have dated somebody who wasn't a good person, they would have definitely taken advantage of you, how kind and nice you are. And he's like, that has happened a lot. And I said, I'm not that type of person. I got my own shit. I don't need your shit. Like, that's not what I'm about. I'm about developing sturdy, steady foundations with people that are going to last, not just be this Knight of Wands in and out energy. I'm done with it. Y'all know what I mean about that. I've been swearing off the Knight of Wands for a really long time. For the longest time, I wanted to get the freaking Knight of Wands card with a big circle and an X through it. Because a lot of the Saggies I dated were not faithful at all. And then they lied about it. Most of them were like, Sag rising. And one was a really terrible Sag sun. Well, this guy's a Sag sun, Sag moon, and a Cancer rising. So he actually does have that nurturing element to him. And that's what I need right now. Either way, I love y'all. Y'all take care and talk to you soon. Bye, Blue Crew. Have a good one. Good night.